It's Friday, April 15th. I guess that's tax day, huh? 2022. And this is the Soapbox. We just finished talking about Moon Knight episode 3 with our good friend Mikey. He was supposed to be joined by his podcast co host Dev, but he couldn't make it. But it's okay because at the end of the day, I guess they both dislike that episode of Moon Knight or they don't like the Moon Knight show. So it was enough to just get one person on there that had their opinion about how awful that show is. That was interesting. But yeah, Ricky should be joining us in a little bit. We're just chilling out, talking about whatever. Um, I think one of the other things I was talking about with them before we ended the show was how much Everything Everywhere All at Once is an awesome movie that everybody should go see with Michelle Yeoh. Highly recommend that. Jamie Lee Curtis is in it too. But there's Ricky. Yeah.
Here I am. Yeah, it's been a long week and a long day.
I actually took a nap today because I was so tired from the day.
I've been working insane overtime all week, and today we were off, but I worked some more, and then I'm working again tomorrow, and more overtime next week. But
Yeah.
gotta...
I've been hearing a lot of people getting today off. It's like I really feel like the country is moving towards giving more people mental health days, but as excuses for other things. So they're calling it Easter Friday.
That's kind of what we got.
Yeah, but that's not a thing that people used to get off. So I think that's a pandemic reflex right there.
Well, it was the situation we ran into is we had a big thing at work planned to go on all week. Like it was like kind of like an all hands on deck situation. And then at the end of last week when we were finalizing everything, we're like, oh, we have Friday off. Like someone should have probably told us like before we made all these plans to do these things this week.
Yeah.
So it's like been this extra burden. But today, before the show, we went to go pick up a couch for the office. And on the way back, we lost a cushion.
Oh no.
So
would you just throw it in the back of a truck or something?
Yeah. So luckily
you didn't have them deliver it?
It was a Craigslist situation.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But with the power of GPS and back tracing your steps, we have obtained the other cushion.
Nice.
So it's been a long week though.
That story ended well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I finally did the thing and I got a giant TV installed right there.
Oh, for your pictures?
Yeah, for my pictures. Hold on. I don't think you can see
like
it.
A darkness.
It's a very black.
There's the casting couch now. So
yeah. Hold on. Let me see if I can turn the TV on. It's quite awesome and quite huge.
Is it a new TV or you bought a TV and moved TVs?
No. Well, yes and no and none of the above.
Mm-hmm.
There, can you see it now?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now
it's quite big. It's that whole area. But no, it's actually it is new. We opened the box yesterday, but when 2 days ago. When I say new though, I mean we've had it in the box for about a year and a half.
Oh, you just had a TV on stock? Like
we had a TV in the house that was not being used, and it's because my wife used to work for a company that had a plethora of those, and she actually won that one at a company like raffle.
Yeah.
She won it as a prize and had it delivered during the pandemic. And then we just didn't, because we didn't really, at the time it got delivered, we're not really having people over. So the setup for it wasn't going to be an easy thing to do. So we just kept it in a box in our bedroom. And actually, no, it's not mountable.
Yeah.
It's a weird one. It actually has like a big base and a stand.
Like a hotel TV?
No, it's not like that. It is a really it's relatively thin, but it has a base because the TV has like a sound bar kind of built
Oh, okay. That's
inside
cool.
of it. So it needs a base kind of to keep it. And I guess the manufacturer doesn't recommend wall mounting it unless you hire a professional to do it. So yeah, so because of that, we just kind of kept it around for a while, and then like I earmarked a space for it to do photography, but then every time I wanted to put the TV up, that space was just cluttered as F. So what I did is this week I finally said we're doing this thing. So we brought in a picnic table from outside and we put it right here on my side, and I covered it with every single thing that was normally occupying that space. And so I don't know if you can see
Oh my
some of
god.
some of
You had to
it's a
move your
lot.
shit.
I had to move my stuff because it was so much stuff, but now like it's all clean and stuff, so I have I have a reason to finish cleaning it. But
That's gonna live there though, that TV, right? Like that's
the TV lives there, and it's going to be what I use for photography and stuff. So
how are you
and there's
casting to it? Are you plugging directly in, or are you
I have a HDMI off the side, so I can plug in directly, but it also has Chromecast, so I can
okay?
Chromecast to
Oh,
it.
that's like the best then.
Yeah, it has Chromecast. It's actually an Android TV.
Hmm.
So I can just Chromecast whatever images I want to it, and it's an OLED screen, so it's super nice. But yeah, it's actually it's about a 3-year-old TV that we got new like 2 years ago, and has just been sitting in the box, brand new. But it was free, so yeah. So that was the cleaning and stuff that we had to do in here, but it's finally done, and I started doing photos today, not with the TV, but I was just like kind of getting everything set up again so I
Hmm.
can do my photos. So yeah, I'm trying to I've got like a checklist of things I'm trying to do to push myself to get more creative again lately, because I took a break for a while. And so I think that TV is going to help me do some cool stuff. But yeah, everybody's getting new furniture. Or wait, do TVs count as
Yeah,
furniture?
I
TVs
think
aren't
TV's a
furniture.
furniture. I would count it as furniture.
It's a furnishing. It's a furnishing.
We're definitely like, should we get a new TV? Like we have the bigger space now, and then not like how big is too big, right? Like
Yeah.
I feel like with the TV, it's just there's always a better option.
Yeah. That's
And
by the
then
way, that's why I watched the movie Her. Uh,
mhm.
because now while I do photography, I have a TV right next to me. So I can just put things on that I don't normally watch, you know what I mean? So
Mhm.
but I just like I've never watched this movie. I should watch it. Yeah.
It's like a weird. I haven't seen it in a minute. I just remember it being like super like melancholy, like you know.
Um
I mean, he ends up with Amy Adams
I
at the end, right? Like spoilers for her, but
No, he doesn't.
he doesn't,
He
right?
does
Or no?
No, he doesn't. They just the two of them console each other because they both lost their AIs,
Yes.
their
Okay. Yeah.
devices.
Their
But they're
AIs
just
go off and
but they're just walking in a hallway. It's not
yeah.
that he ends up with her or anything like that.
Hmm.
I think that's up to interpretation, which is why I think you decided that he ends up with her.
It's been a minute.
And I think that movie definitely is it allows you, the viewer, to project a lot of yourself and your own experiences onto it. So
It's like
when
a
I watched,
weird. Oh,
yeah,
good. Yeah.
I was just gonna say I watched it. I didn't feel the sense of melancholy in the same way, but I could see how you could, because I just chose to see everything that he was going through as a natural
Hmm.
part of life, you know.
It was like
So
the precursor to Black Mirror, right? Like
it was. That's what I was saying the entire time I was watching that. I was like, man, this is Black Mirror all the way. Because like even the stuff they're predicting in that movie, like most of it's just yeah, that's how it is now.
mhm.
It's pretty damn close. It's pretty damn close to the real world. Just we're days away from an AI OS. That's just gonna happen. But like that moment where she combs through all of his works that he's ever done, curates the best of them, rearranges them in an order, and submits them to a publisher, and he gets this amazing book published because of that. Dude, I totally want a virtual assistant that can find my best works, cultivate them, and tell me what I'm supposed to be doing with my life. That's the goal of a
Hey,
virtual
it's the
assistant.
ultimate partner right there, right?
It is, right? Like, yeah, bonus, you get to do her too, I guess. Like, yeah, no, that's a pretty funny movie. But anyway, sorry, I interrupted what you were saying about furnitures and stuff like that.
No, it's moving. I mean, it's cool like to have more stuff and more space, but it's like damn, now you have to buy more shit. Like,
Yeah, yeah. Well, because I'm in a wheelchair, and so like I've I've spent my whole life refusing to ever buy chairs or couches.
I guess it'd be a
Uh,
weird burden to ask to split with you, right? Weird purchase.
but when we finally moved to the apartment, I was like, all right, one couch, you know what I mean? But when we moved here, it was like, all right, I guess we need a dining table and chairs and probably another couch and stuff like but it's weird for me because like they're just things. The chairs are things I'm never going to use, but like I've used
The
the
couch.
couches. I use the
Yeah.
couches. Yeah. Oh, I just noticed the monkey is named Gleek from the Wonder Twins. I just found that on my Google search that I never bothered to read. Sorry, Wonder Twins. You mentioned that earlier. But yeah, I get it. Buying all this furniture is when you buy a dining table, like a legit dining table. That's when you're locked in. You're
Well, I
just
think when you start buying hardwood,
yeah,
that's like, all right, you're getting like
yeah.
that's
That dining
adulthood right
table,
there.
that dining table was definitely a purchase that a version of me with way more disposable income made or had than now. Like we definitely wouldn't consider buying that kind of thing now. So, but whatever, it's fine.
Nice dining table.
Yeah, it is a nice dining table. So,
I totally forgot to add this in the news. I know there's a part of it that I knew would spark your interest. So Ryan Coogler is an executive producer on the Ironheart show.
okay,
That was announced today, and
okay,
they
okay.
got their directors. So one of the directors lost it. Where is it? Angela Barnes is going to be directing 3 episodes, and Sam Bailey is going to be directing another 3, so a total 6. But Angela Barnes directed a few episodes of Mythic Quest.
Okay, all right, okay.
So they're on. It's on your radar now, if it wasn't already.
I mean, I was gonna watch it anyways. Like that was the funniest part, and that's why I love having Mikey on the Dan Excelsior show. Is Mikey is somehow a person that does not feel obligated to watch everything MCU. And so it cracks me up to get his opinion on things because like I kind of feel like it's definitely not a majority opinion for sure because I think it's safe to say that the MCU is a critical success after
As a whole, yeah.
as a whole, and most people understand the homework they have to do to keep up with it, even though it is a weird ask, like, but it is funny to check in with somebody who doesn't care every now and then and see just their takes on individual pieces of it, but like Ironheart, I just consider it as like, yeah, I have to watch it. I don't know anything about Ironheart. Well, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch them all. I'm gonna watch them all as long as I can until the day when it doesn't say Kevin Feige on there anymore, and then I'll start questioning: do I still need to watch this?
I question like, will I outlive the MCU? Like,
no.
Will they keep it going?
Yeah, they can keep it going forever. They just don't have to keep it going to the same connect. They don't have to have the same connective tissue.
Like when is there when do they do the New 52?
Okay,
like,
here's
not the DC
my
analog, but
here's my point to you. You say you don't like Star Trek. You do realize
no, I never said it. I like Star Trek. Yeah.
Oh, but I'm saying you do realize that all Star Trek ever is connected.
Yeah.
like all of it.
I know that. Yeah.
It's existed for way longer than you've been on this planet.
Yeah.
Way longer. So,
but I don't feel obligated to go back and watch every piece of Star Trek content ever. Like it just doesn't seem.
That's fine, but you don't have to do that with MCU because you were there from the beginning.
I don't know.
But
would I have liked to have been at the beginning of Star Trek, like to see it through? Maybe. Like
I know people who have been, and yeah, they're really proud of that. So like, I think, but I also think that those people will die before Star Trek dies. Yeah. So you know what I mean? So
I'm not like that with Star Wars. I still haven't watched the animated stuff. Like
Yeah, but I'm saying I think the MCU will outlive you. Like, it will.
God, what are they pulling at that point? Like,
they're rebooting things, but they're still finding a way to make it still part of the universe. Sam Raimi movies are part of the universe now.
I just want to see them do they're rebooting things, but they're not. I want to see them do.
But they will.
A full reboot of like an Iron Man.
They will reboot everything at some point, and you will live through that, and you will be like hashtag not my Iron Man. That's what
I remember when Batfleck was Batman, and
yeah. I'm super excited. By the way, you know what Monday is?
It's Batman Day, right?
Yep, it's the Batman. We're gonna watch that. Lindsay kind of wants to watch it on the new TV because I can make this room
Did
super
Lindsay
dark.
Not see it with you?
She didn't see it.
All right, yeah.
No, I really want her to see it because like the more I talk about it, the more
your sound system would be pretty good with the.
Yeah, see, that's what she wants to watch it in this room because this room I can make like pitch black. But I was like, yeah, but I kind of feel like there's a part of the movie that you need the sound in the other room. And I didn't want to spoil that for her, but I was like, you need the sub. You need the subwoofer. you need the subwoofer for that. You need
that bass.
Yeah, the bass is pretty important to the Batman. But yeah, I'm excited. We're gonna make a day out of that and watch it on. That
kind of just came and went now. Like
what?
The Batman. Like I wonder if Monday gives it another push, but
I knew that movie wouldn't have the legs that Spider-Man did. Like, because Spider-Man is a truly cathartic experience. It is an actual.
Spider-Man is a very.
It's a therapy session for everybody who lives.
It's a moment in cinema.
It's a moment in pandemic too.
That is special.
It's a moment in pandemic also. You know what I mean? Like, it was a healing moment for everybody that went through the last 2 years. And it was kind of
where everyone else got COVID again.
It's kind of like where everybody likes to pretend it was the end of COVID, but in reality, that's the thing that gave everybody COVID all over again.
Yeah. And then Batman was just another good Batman.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I will say this, like, because we were talking to Clark last week about how his teachers really think that's the best Batman thing and everything, and I got to thinking about it more, and I was like, I really do like that it's noir. And that like it's a slower paced action movie than your normal action movie. But like I think I'm resentful because I'm like, but that's every Batman comic. And so I get it. I get why people love it so much because they're finally getting to see Batman the way most of the time he is in his own comics. Yeah. He's very noir. It's a very slow paced detective story with some outrageous action moments here and there peppered in, Yeah. And so it was a damn accurate Batman movie, if not inventive. It wasn't something, it didn't show me something that I've never seen before, but I've also read a shit ton of Batman comics, you know what I mean? And so that's why I didn't give it a lower grade than I did. I gave it that B-. I think.
It's nice to just when they do a sequel, I don't necessarily think I want to see like a direct like the next month or whatever. Like I'm fine with just dropping back into his Batman world every
couple months or 3
5 years, a couple years, and like he's just running like he kind of did with the Joker. Like, oh, there's just other crazy ass people here that he's already
been dealing with. Yeah,
the spotlight's not on them, but he's been he's been around the block. I like that
Yeah,
Batman. I like the built-in history with it.
yeah. Speaking of sequels, so Josh Brolin, he kind of spoiled something for me the other day.
Was it
He was on Hot Ones. He was on
Deadpool
Hot
stuff?
Ones. No, he's getting back in shape for Dune.
Oh yeah.
And
What did he die, dude?
yeah, see, that's what I was saying. I thought he died in that movie, but then
Well,
I
you do
realized
flashbacks.
he kind of died off screen.
Oh,
He did die off screen. So like, I
does his
guess that's
character
fair.
die in the books? Like I don't. I mean,
See,
I'm
but
not.
that's what I'm saying. I'm a noob enough to know that I've never read the book, so it's only a spoiler for me because I don't read the books, or for you. But yeah, Josh Brolin surprised me. I bet everybody who read the books is like, yeah, obviously, duh, yeah. But Josh Brolin's coming back to film some new Dune. Um, but yeah, you should watch his show. It's really weird. It's super weird.
The
It's like,
Moon Rancher show or the Space Rancher show or whatever.
yeah, it's the Outer Range. Yeah,
Outer Range. Okay.
yeah. That hole is weird looking hole. It's a weird hole,
Is it
man.
like the La Brea NBC's La Brea type hole or
No, it's a hole that when you like put your hand in it, you can see the future. Um, it's a weird hole.
like how big of a hole are we talking?
It's a big hole. You could
Like
lose a car in that hole.
okay, so that's still pretty small in the grand scheme of holes.
You could lose a big truck in that hole.
Okay, it's still small.
Uh, it's hard to say what you couldn't lose in that hole. Like,
Okay.
I mean, is it as big as a house? I don't think it's as big as a
All right,
house.
so it's a house, a condo size hole.
Yeah, so, yeah, it's probably like 1,000 square feet, something like
Okay.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a big hole. Like you, and it doesn't. When you look down in it,
That's
you're
how
like,
I'll pitch it. I'll say, let's watch this show about this big hole and see what happens.
well, it's the kind of hole where you throw things down in and you never hear them hit.
Okay.
You know, those
It's
are
a
kind
deep
of
hole.
those are freaky holes. Yeah.
The only
So
other thing I've been watching is Halo just chirping back in. It's Halo, but if you like Halo, I think the show is cool. A
yeah,
lot of Halo things they do in that show, but
I'm
I don't think
I'm
it's the greatest piece of, of
yeah,
uh,
I'm getting ready to re-up
mhm.
Paramount eventually. I don't like that app. I just don't think they have a lot of good things on there.
I don't even think I've checked on anything else that's there.
Yeah.
You can watch the first episode of Halo on YouTube, I think, if you are
Mm,
curious. But
I don't care enough about Halo. But
yeah,
we what we
oh good.
watched Servant. We finished Servant this week.
Haven't started Servant.
It's pretty good. I think Selena would like that one. It's
That's different than
unfortunate.
Severance, right?
Yes,
Okay.
Servant is the M Night Shyamalan one,
Okay.
but he only produces it really, and he directs the first episode, and the first episode is good enough that I wanted to watch the rest of the show.
Did you watch Old?
No, because
Okay.
he wrote that. I don't like watching shit he writes. He's a stupid writer.
I don't know,
He
man.
writes
I think
dumb
he.
shit.
I will still
I think
forever
I think he's a
hold.
great director. I think he's a great director, and he gets good acting out of his actors. I think his writing is
That's a
dumb.
hot take. If after Avatar, I feel like people will just dunk on him no matter what.
But Avatar is an adaptation. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? That's like he didn't write Avatar. You know, and he wrote the movie version of Avatar.
Hmm.
Like like I don't. Did he make a good Avatar movie? Hell no, he didn't. But did he direct the shit out of those actors or everybody in every movie he's ever done? Yeah, he kind of
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
Like I think he's a great director, especially when he's directing stuff that he didn't write. Like it's pretty impressive. Um, but yeah, uh, the first episode of Servant has some fantastic camera angles and just camera tricks and just really weird stuff that sets the mood. And you're like, what am I watching? And like, it's a like I can tell you the setup for the show if you don't know about it.
Yeah. Lead
It's
me in.
so it's about this couple that has um this weird situation where it's a couple and the sister's brother and or the couple and the wife's brother are basically the main characters, and the brother is Ron Weasley from the Harry
Okay.
Potter movies. I don't know if you ever watched 6 Feet Under. You're probably too young for that show.
Nope.
Yeah, but the wife is from that show back in the 2000s. Anyways, the couple is weird because they are trying to hire a nanny to
Okay.
take care of their doll. They have a
The
baby
like
doll.
life baby doll, right?
It's an actual doll that looks like a real life baby.
Yeah, but
And
it's like a creepy doll though.
no,
Yeah, like a human baby doll.
well, I mean, your
Okay.
definition of creepy is
Well, no,
different
yeah,
from
yeah. I'm looking at uh, like a
it's
real
an
life human baby
it's
doll.
made to look like a real life thing. And so what you find out really
Yeah.
quickly in the first episode is the wife had some friend that wasn't necessarily a licensed therapist or whatever, but her friend was trying to help her deal with this trauma using this doll. So they had a real baby and they don't have a real baby anymore.
That's all you know.
And well, you're pretty sure it's dead. It's a dead baby. And so because of that,
Right.
the wife has refused to accept that. So the wife has placed all of her emotional baggage on this doll who she thinks is a real baby. And so her husband and her brother are going along with this charade, but they're kind of getting fed up with it, right? But they think it's going to help. And so
This chick's
but
crazy.
they kind of roll their eyes because they hire a nanny, and I think they're kind of the husband's kind of thinking the nanny's going to help her realize things are stupid, but the nanny shows up and starts treating the doll like a real baby too. And you're like, what are you doing? Yeah, I don't need your help faking it. I need people to help her realize that this is not a real thing, And then it gets really M. Night Shyamalan-y because at the end of the first episode, the next time they hear a crying and they go up to the crib and there's a real baby in the crib. And now you're like,
All right, I'm interested. I want to see the real baby. I want to see.
Yeah.
As a fan of real and fake babies,
that's the first episode. Like when I saw the trailer for that,
or is it piecemeal?
It's 3 seasons are out so far. I guess this show
started in seasons of this shit.
Yeah, there's 3 seasons. There's 30 episodes of this show.
Go through?
Actor babies, probably several, probably a different baby every season because there's like years between the first 2 seasons because of COVID. The first season aired in 2017, and I think the second season was maybe 2021.
Is it over? Is it done now, or is it?
No. The third season just ended last month. The third season just came out. The third season just came out this year. Yeah, it's pretty. Like when you watch it
for a fourth and final season.
Yeah, when you watch, I would hope the fourth season. I was saying today they can't go much longer because the weird part is every season takes place like 5 minutes after the last season, and I'm like, these people are gonna get old. You can't keep doing this 5 minutes later. I
want to watch 3 seasons of this now though.
It's pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah, it gets nuts. There's a lot of intensity, and that intensity reminds me of some of M. Night's best moments.
Are we talking hour episodes, half-hour episodes?
They're like 25 minutes.
Oh, okay, that makes it easier then. I didn't know if I want to watch.
No,
they're 30 like hours of dead baby.
They're slightly less than half an hour each.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And there's not. Yeah.
I remember seeing this when Apple TV launched.
It's one of their first things, right? Like 2017 was when it came out. It is funny to see Ron Weasley playing such a weird. He's like a recovering addict, so he's a bad recovering addict.
Working actor, right? Like he's got
yeah.
That Harry Potter money ran out,
but he gets like sex scenes and stuff, and I'm like,
I wasn't getting that in Potter.
I'm like Ron Weasley having sex. This is a new thing. But it's pretty cool, man. And I think it's a fun couples watch because you're just like, what? Like, but I do find myself like, I call it the this bitch show because every episode I find myself watching it and saying, this bitch. Like and I don't mean that in the misogynistic way. It's just I can't help but
Just
say it.
slips out.
I can't help but say it about when you see some people are just bitches, you know? Like
Hmm.
some people are just bitches. And when you watch them, you're just like, this bitch.
This
And so,
bitch.
yeah. And so you'll find yourself saying that when you watch it. Just mumble it if you're sitting there with Selena so she doesn't get mad at you.
All right. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pro
But
tip.
it's pretty funny. It's a fun show. And it kind of I feel a vacancy in my heart because we just finished it
Wait, when was the start
yesterday.
to finish time for you guys? Like, were you watching this or you just binged it?
We kind of binged it over the last few weeks.
Okay.
It was a few weeks. I think we've been watching it. It's the only thing we've had left to watch since Severance ended last week, also. But we've been watching Servant on and off for like 3 weeks, so probably like one season every week. I mean, again, it's like what each season's like, I guess 5 hours tops. You know?
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Yeah, yeah. So we just watch them on like when we have meals together. That's about it, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
It goes through it. But you should check it out. It's pretty weird. Anybody with Apple TV should check it out because it's definitely it takes all the good of M Night
Yeah,
without
I
any
pay
of the
for it.
bad.
Might as well use it.
Yeah, yeah. I got it for free, but whatever. But I appreciate it because like I always like M Night when there's not a twist. You know what I mean?
That's
Like
like his thing, though.
not always, not always.
Well, there's a
The
twist in this. The baby's coming out, right?
no, but I'm saying the twist is in the first episode. So is it really the
Okay.
twist? You know what I mean? Is it really a twist?
I don't know.
If you gotta
You
wait,
tell me.
if you gotta wait 2 hours and then you find out that Bruce Willis is a ghost, that's fucking dumb. It's
I've never
stupid.
seen that movie still.
Well, there's no reason to watch it if you know he's a ghost,
I
bro.
know I've known he was a ghost for a long time, but
Yeah, it's no reason. Just like Signs. If you if you're cool with
Science is so good. Science is so good.
if you're cool with aliens who are so dumb that they show up naked to the blue planet and they find out they're allergic to water, that's fucking dumbest aliens I've ever seen in any story ever.
They were
Ever.
demons, bro. They were demons. They weren't aliens.
I am more forgiving of the aliens in War of the Worlds for not realizing that viruses could take them out than the ones that than the demons that go to the blue planet and then are surprised that water hurts. And what's up with the alien that comes out of the forest or the rainforest to ruin some kid's birthday party?
That scene
Does
scared the
not make
shit out
any
of me
sense. Do you know how much water is on those leaves
for
in a
years.
rainforest? Oh my
Just the
god.
build up to that scene and the music. Oh my god. I will defend Signs
That
till the day I
till
die.
and it's so dumb. It's just so
It just
dumb.
has a weird special moment of like not one of the first scary movies that I watched, if you
You
call it
find
that.
that movie to be scary?
When you're like 6, it is pretty scary.
I guess.
But
Sure.
watching it through and throughout. So I love that movie. I know I always will love that movie. But
Yeah, even though it's the dumbest antagonist ever.
are you gonna get in on any of this Coachella Fortnite action?
No.
No.
I think I drew a really cool line, which is just like I will pay them for Marvel and DC stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. That's it. Like I see things every now and then that are really cool, but like you know how you get those tool tips every now and then while you're loading a game,
Yeah.
like down in the bottom right corner. I saw one the other day that was like, uh, uh, keep an eye on your loadout inventory. Space is limited. And I'm like, that's their way of saying we'll sell you way more than 100 characters, but we'll never let you use them all at the same time. And I'm like, hey, if they're not going to do anything to ensure that I can actually have fun with more characters than I have space for, then I'm not going to do it.
I feel like
I have
that
75. I have 75 already. 75 characters.
Fortnite will just become baby's first metaverse, and that's your workaround to play with all your toys that you bought or your skins that you bought.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't have them all at the same time, you know what I mean? Like that's
Oh, they'll find a way.
well, when they do, that's fine, but like but I'm saying like so I see skins every now and then and I'm like, "Oh, that's pretty cool. I'll just check it out when Clark buys it." Like that's pretty much yeah. I love Clark because like every time he has a new skin, he's also got a new story for why he's got that new skin. You know, like
just
and I'm like, all right, okay,
for the
cool.
purchase.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. Good to know. I'm glad you like that skin. But yeah,
Did
no,
you
I
get
see.
Doctor? You still gonna wing it on Doctor Strange for that Thursday?
Oh, I'll still pull it off. I didn't look up tickets. Like I don't you don't understand. They don't sell out my tickets ever. That's not a thing. Like here, I'll look right now. I'm pretty sure I don't ever have to worry about seeing a movie. And it's just the only reason it ever used to be a big deal is because I used to do the thing that I used to do the thing that
The Regal
Clark
thing?
does.
Yeah.
That Clark does where he buys out a whole row of
Oh yeah.
screens
Yeah.
for friends and stuff like that, you know? And that's a good reason to go and buy your tickets early. But if you're just going to see a movie by yourself or with your significant other, then whatever.
You want to buy them? Well, our case is a little different, but it is a little tricky sometimes buying good seats
Yeah.
together. My Jackass Forever viewing or screening was not in the most ideal of seating.
Um yeah, so like if so here, I'm checking the IMAX for 3:45 right now. May 5th, Thursday, right?
Mm-hmm.
IMAX 3:45. Every handicap seat is available. There you go. And that theater is not even full. Like, but every handicap seat's available. So it's not a big deal for me.
The 3:45 Thursday showings are like one of the best things to come from the pandemic.
3 o'clock standard.
Like
3 o'clock standard. Yeah, no, seriously. Ever since they started doing this 3 o'clock thing, it's amazing. Because that's worth it, dude.
I
It's
already
worth
told my
it.
boss, I'm like, could I get off early? And they're like, yeah, cool.
Yeah,
Going straight to the
dude.
movies.
3 o'clock standard showing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seats taken. 7 seats taken.
True fans, true believers.
I guess I'm seeing it at 3 o'clock on Thursday. I don't know that I need IMAX for that movie. I might. Who knows?
I didn't spring for IMAX. I might spring it when I go see it with Selena, but
that's what I'm saying. I don't have to like buy movie tickets in advance anymore. I just go. So I know Lindsay wants to see that one with me. So she and I'll just go on a Thursday afternoon, and that's fine. It'll be fine. I'll see it and I'll enjoy it. Like I'm less scared, now than I was before.
you'll enjoy it.
I'm fairly certain I'm going to enjoy that movie. It's Sam Raimi.
I don't know. You're pretty down on Spider-Man before it came out. Granted, you did enjoy it.
Yeah.
You were dunking on Spider-Man before that movie came out, though, pretty hard.
I was dunking on the trailers. I said I hate the trailers. I said that. I said I hate the trailers. I might like the movie, but I hate the trailers. I like the Doctor Strange trailers. I think they're great. I think Morbius poops on Doctor Strange a little bit, but like I'm gonna forgive it and just still go watch the movie. Like, dude, you don't understand. Like, I grew up with Sam Raimi movies. Like, Sam Raimi he's an amazing director in my eyes.
I've probably only ever seen Spider-Man. Those are the movies.
He has done some of the most unique things I've ever watched that just like to this day stick with me. And I
like Evil Dead?
Preferably Army of Darkness or Evil Dead 2. But I
Mhm.
have seen Evil Dead. That's a rough one to watch. It's really rough, but it is very iconic. It is. But Army of Darkness is a movie I just love. I just love that movie. Uh, there's other ones. Damn it, what is that one? There's a horror movie he did a few years ago, uh, after the Spider-Man movies. That's pretty great too, and I'm trying to remember it. But he does a lot of horror.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But
No, that's
who
like
else?
horror's this thing, right? Like
Oh yeah. That's.
Drag Me
I
to
mean,
Hell.
he's yeah. I like Drag Me to Hell a lot too. That one's good. That one's fun.
Oz the Great and Powerful.
I don't love it, but I didn't hate it either. You know, I don't know. He did Darkman. That's another one. Darkman is, man, how do I say
Mhm.
this? Darkman is the best, worst superhero movie that I should probably make you watch sometime, actually. Uh, yeah, I can't really explain Darkman to you other than like if you've watched Darkman, then like you when you watch Spider-Man, you will never watch it the same again.
Mhm.
The DNA of Spider-Man is Darkman. Like he took everything he learned from making this shitty movie and he applied it to Spider-Man. Like, and so like even the scene where where Peter gets bit by the spider and then he goes to bed and then it does that crazy CG sequence where you watch Peter Parker's DNA
Yeah,
unravel
get
and
all
like reform and
synced
stuff.
up. Yeah.
That's 100% a scene in Darkman. It's so Darkman. But yeah, I so Darkman is this guy that he figures out a way to produce a synthetic skin so he can like make his face look like anybody else, and then of course because of that he can make him sound like anybody else, whatever. So he's just like the ultimate chameleon
Oh,
guy.
Liam Neeson's Darkman.
Yeah, dude.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
this looks gross.
the Liam Neeson's was the Dark Man. Yeah, Frances McDormand was in it too, dude. Yeah.
His like teeth look nasty.
Yeah, it's I like this
Yeah,
top
I
review
don't like
here.
this.
I like this review. Was very impressed. What could have been a forgettable Z movie turned out to be something rather profound. That's a good review. That's a good review. But yeah, no, I think the reason I like Peter Jackson is like Peter Jackson I mean Sam Raimi is Sam Raimi and Peter Jackson were like two directors that were just like determined to do horror even though they didn't have the money to do it. And so they just found workarounds all the
Mhm.
time. And so those two were making some really bonkers movies that just were doing shit that was just like really cool. You know, the other thing Sam Raimi did that is a lot forgotten because he's so known for all the horror and stuff like that. He also did that TV show Mantis that I've
Mhm.
told you that I love so much about, like the first wheelchair superhero.
Mm.
And then he also did the Hercules and Xena shows. He's the reason we got Xena.
Uh, is he?
Yeah, Xena
Wow.
and Hercules
I
are
remember
Sam
watching
Raimi's.
Xena as a kid.
Yeah,
I'm looking at Mantis right now.
and it's an acronym, so there's a periods in between all of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did the Hercules movies and TV shows rather, and then he did the Hercules or spinoff, which was Xena. He was executive producer on all of those. He was also he did, what is the name of the show? There's a show. I think Briscoe County Jr. I thought he did Briscoe County Jr., but I could be wrong. Maybe he didn't do Briscoe County Jr. He also produced The Grudge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Don't
So
Breathe stuff too, right?
yeah, yeah. I don't think I've seen Don't Breathe, but I've heard good things
I
about
haven't
it.
seen Don't Breathe.
But anyways, I just like him because he was always doing weird stuff, and then like Peter Jackson is another one who, like I was mentioning before Lord of the Rings, Peter Jackson did some bonker shit, dude. Have you ever seen Meet the Feebles? Look that one
Sorry.
up.
Meet the Feebles?
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
Yeah, dude.
You're looking up images. Oh, whoa, what is this?
Mm-hmm.
Is this like what's that offensive puppet movie? Like, is this like that?
Yes, but that's like that, but worse. This one shows you shit that you can't unsee.
Meet the
Like,
Feebles.
yeah, dude.
Was
Peter
this like in
Jackson, man.
theaters?
I don't think so.
I don't know
I
if I
don't
want
think
to
so.
click through the meet. There's a lot of like weird hippo stuff going on.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff in there. Peter Jackson, man. So like when they announced that Peter Jackson was doing the Lord of the Rings movies, I was like, fuck yes, yes. Like this is so cool.
This is a Meet the
Um,
Feebles guy.
yeah, no, he's just like, yeah, it's fun to watch. You know, like you have yours that you root for, right? You have like your M Night
Yeah, I'm not dissing. I
Shyamalan,
don't know. I don't know anything
and
about
and
about
and you
the.
and you have your J.J. Abrams and stuff like that. So for me, Sam Raimi and Peter Jackson were those kind of guys where it's like, dang, these are guys that I've been enjoying their stuff for a long time, but most people don't know who they are. And then one day they're doing Spider-Man and the Lord of the Rings, and it's like, okay, that's really cool. You know what I mean? Um, so I'm very excited that he's kind of coming out of like this weird, I don't know if you call it a retirement, but he hasn't really done a lot of directing, in recent years. So the fact that he came out of directing retirement to do Doctor Strange, that's
Mhm.
awesome, dude. What was the last thing he directed, man?
Is it? Don't breathe, right?
Uh, I don't.
No, sorry,
No,
not Don't breathe.
no, no. He did an episode of Ash and versus the Evil Dead. He did a short film, and he did some TV shows called 50 States of Fright. Yeah, he's barely done. He hasn't directed a movie since Oz the Great and Powerful.
Yeah, you got
Dude,
to
it's
preach
been
hard on that one.
9 years. He hasn't directed a movie in 9 years. That's nuts.
You know, goes back to
Yeah,
Disney, right?
I could be setting myself up for failure for sure, though. Dude, before Oz the Great and Powerful, Drag Me to Hell was 2009. Yeah, Drag Me to Hell was the one of the only movies he did after Spider-Man 3.
Dude
It
doesn't
was,
like to work.
or he doesn't need to work. One of the
He
two.
doesn't.
So,
Doesn't need to work. They're both the
yeah,
same.
yeah. Anyways, he's really weird, and you should watch Meet the Feebles sometime.
I
You
will.
just got treats. You just got treats
I
for a
got.
few.
I just got stacks. I'm actually about to head off because I am
All right. Yeah,
tired
no worries.
and I gotta
Go.
be up early.
What it really quick before you go? What'd you think of the trivia game?
I liked it. I like the um. It's one of my. I don't know if it's my favorite trivia game, but I liked it. I think the
Yeah.
Marvel naming convention for places is a little sus. Um, just leave it at that. But
Yeah. You were
it was
so
fun.
certain Latvia was a fake place.
Yeah, well, because it's so close to Latveria, right? Like
Exactly, exactly.
yeah,
That's how they do it.
but
That's how they do all their names.
so they don't get sued.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty funny. I was just really, I thought Navy men would appreciate that one. You know what I mean? So like,
Yes, no, I think he had
and
fun with that one.
I thought it was funny how much Dev was still playing, even though he couldn't be a guest on our show. Dev was there the whole freaking show, man. I'm kind of confused
Mm.
why he didn't do the show.
No, it's okay.
Um,
We'll get him
yeah,
one
it's
time.
fine.
We'll get.
But that made me laugh. That I was like, whoa, he's just going to participate the whole episode, even though he can't be on the show for some reason. It's okay. But yeah, I kind of forgot like this week that I was making the game, and then I was like, oh wait, I just talked to Ricky about this last week. I'm just gonna do the game every week. So shit, I just got to think of things, and I was like, I got to start thinking of things that are easy for me to do, and I just felt like That one's pretty easy. And by the way, I did research 26 different ones. I basically did every letter of the alphabet. I have a place, and I wrote them all down so that I can do this game many times. I just like to have games in my pocket so that I don't have to put all the work into it later. And then I just decided to Google 5 of them that I thought would be pretty good and that didn't have anything to do with Ukraine or Russia.
Yeah,
I
that was
found
another thing. Some of the other ones were kind of getting there. They're close
I
by.
I had some that were definitely meant to be Russian or Ukraine names, and I'm like, we're not going to use these this week. We're not going to use these.
Yep. Good call.
Maybe in a few months or so, but not using them right now. So yeah, but yeah, there was a lot. There was a lot of ridiculous names, and I thought it was funny because I was certain that I would get you on Krakatoa, and I was certain that you would get Latvia, and I was just completely wrong on both of those.
Well, the Krakatoa thing, I always like watching or Marvel for the past couple years. They do the Hellfire Gala thing, right?
You mean
And they do all
Krakoa?
the Krakoa, and they do this this crazy character art stuff for the people in attendance. And
yeah,
the new ones just came out, so it was fresh on my mind.
Yeah,
but
that's cool.
Latvia.
Did you ever read that comic, The House of X?
Nope.
And the Powers of X?
Nope.
It's really good.
You told me about gold balls, and that's all I need to know.
It's a cool comic. All right, cool. Well, I'll let you go.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna read some Moon Knight soon. My big goal this week was just doing the cleaning, but I feel like I have space for Moon Knight tomorrow, so I might do it. All right, cool. I'm gonna go and have fun. Alrighty. Have fun this weekend. Later. See you next week.
See ya.